If you're curious about HighLevel, this is the right place to get started. How's it going? My name is Matt Tessino. We've helped over 5,000 people generate over $100 million in the HighLevel ecosystem. So we are very familiar with it. And so what I wanted to do is put together an overview. This is an understanding, absolutely beginner friendly, not quite an A to Z deep dive, but more of a, how can I help you get you the clarity you need to make the decision? Because if you're on the fence and considering, should I go HighLevel? Should I not go HighLevel? I think this video should help and at least help you understand where it thrives and maybe some considerations why I would say you shouldn't sign up for HighLevel. I'm going to hop into my screen here and start off with the first thing to understand about HighLevel. It is intended and built for what I'd call service provider first or agency first. Originally, that's how it launched. And that was basically its entire model, was helping agencies deliver marketing solutions in a comprehensive way. Inside of a HighLevel account, you have two different personas that are being catered to. There's the agencies. They literally call this the agency dashboard. And then there is the sub accounts or the actual businesses. And so actually, even if you are an agency, you're going to have two views. You're going to have the agency dashboard, which is like the overview and management side of all of these sub accounts. And then you have the actual sub accounts, which could be for your agency or for a plumber or for a course creator or whatever the actual business is. And so that dynamic of two different personas or avatars inside of here is helpful to understand, because you might be thinking, I am just a business in the sense of, I'm not planning to resell this. I don't need multiple sub accounts. I'm not an agency. I'm not a digital service provider there. And you can still find success inside of HighLevel, but you might actually be better served signing up underneath someone else's HighLevel account there. It is actually designed such that there are providers who resell HighLevel, and it is a better value to just sign up under a provider than it is to go directly to HighLevel, because they may have already purchased some other items and add-ons inside of the HighLevel ecosystem. And so you might be paying $97 a month to them and getting more value than paying $97 a month to HighLevel. Because of that infrastructure, there are certain things, and call it flexibility options and optionality here, that make it really great for digital service providers or SaaS resellers, or I even say, if you are the kind of business that has the potential to reach other businesses, and so you plan on leveraging the reselling function of HighLevel, that's where you get the maximum amount of value here, because their pricing is actually ridiculous. It is very simple, straightforward upfront pricing in terms of anywhere from $97 to $497 a month. At that top tier of pricing, you have the ability to have unlimited sub accounts. And that means if you have 10 clients or 30 clients or 100 clients or 1,000 clients, you still pay HighLevel $500 per month. This is actually a large reason why they've had such traction and popularity in the marketplace, because they have super advantageous pricing there. And so they pass those savings and the discount to you. And so if you're trying to either side hustle, private label or white label SaaS, or you have multiple businesses, this is an incredible value. Because if you go out there to other traditional CRMs or marketing tools, they absolutely price gate based on the number of businesses you have or the number of accounts that you're going to be putting into the system there. And so for unlimited users, unlimited businesses, unlimited sub accounts, unlimited contacts, like all of that is unlimited, makes it really favorable pricing there. In the term of pricing, it is helpful to understand, the question becomes, then how does HighLevel even make money, or why do they price that way? They price in a style of revenue that's called blade revenue. It's usage based. So they have negotiated deals with the providers like Twilio and Mailgun. And so they live in there in this middle zone where they can actually pass the savings on to you, but because they've negotiated a larger savings, kind of in a bulk arrangement with those providers, they get to have a little sliver of that usage. So basically, the more you use the system, or the more your sub accounts use the system, the more money HighLevel makes, but it's aligned in that way. And they try to do it very fairly, where, like I said, they're actually negotiating savings, they're passing those savings off to you, and they're just taking a cut of actually the savings they've figured out and been able to facilitate for you on that front. But that's helpful to know, because if you're planning on using things like email and text messages, or even something like the AI functionality there that have per usage fees, you will generally end up paying HighLevel more than just the fixed flat rate there. That being said, if you're not using one of those aspects, you can get a ton of value out of HighLevel. So let's think about this just from a funnel builder perspective. They do not charge per funnel. They do not charge per business. And so you could have 1,000 businesses just running their funnels in HighLevel, and they pay no additional fee. There's no usage on bandwidth. There's no usage on landing pages or anything like that. And so if you look at some other entire businesses out there, like a lead page generator or a landing page generator, HighLevel replaces that and puts them to shame in terms of the pricing, the ability for you to come in there and be a brand alternative. The other thing that HighLevel does really well, it's helpful to understand, is templates. So they have an incredibly robust template library. The setup here is twofold. You can, as a digital service provider, create your own templates. So if you are talented at design, or you've got a specific style of automations that you could do, you can actually create those. And so you see here, we have funnels, websites, stores, emails, the social planner, like actual content there, forms, surveys, the ads manager. This is like advertising campaigns, like in Facebook. And this could be the creative, documents and contracts, dashboards. There's entire businesses that just do reporting as a service. You can do dashboard templates, blogs, workflows. That's the whole automation sequences there, quizzes and webinars. All of those things you can create templates for, and you can use templates for. And so as a digital service provider, it's incredible, because now you could focus on just even one of those things and create your own private label, white label brand on top of the HighLevel ecosystem, where it's your skills, your expertise to craft, high converting e-commerce stores, or, really effective quiz funnels or surveys there, or just, add brand specific or niche specific ads that convert well, and now resell those to people in that niche that want to use your specific type of content there. So their template library is another huge asset. And so, like I said, this is great as a service provider. And then even if you're trying to use it on an individual sub account, they come preloaded with a wide range of templates. So it quick starts the building process there and allows you to, build out pretty quickly there. Now, looking at the business side of it, which it doesn't matter, even if you're a reseller, you're going to have your own sub account, as I mentioned here. But for the everyday business, how does HighLevel stack up and compare? They just deliver so much value. I think the best way to think about it is they generally are able to deploy 80% of, call it, best in class, depending on the tool. And then depending on the usage, I think in some categories, they have matched or exceeded what I would call best in class for marketing tools. So they are definitely in the category of marketing tools. This is generally considered like CRMs or all-in-one marketing automation tools there. And so anything from a marketing perspective, they are going to have. They have some other things that don't have to be used from a marketing perspective. But I would argue that it's really, that's their bread and butter. Any sort of marketing tool is what you're going to find here. And you'll generally find 80% at least of the best in class solution. And sometimes the reality is you didn't need the 100% tool. You actually were totally fine with the 80% tool. So it's a huge cost reduction. This is everything from, well, we said the dashboards and reporting. You can kind of see that here. You've got conversations, so like a universal inbox here for text, for DMs, for phone calls, all of that's managed in here. You've got calendars. So this is like a Calendly alternative. You've got contacts as a CRM alternative. This is actually one of my favorite features in here, is what they call smart lists. You can actually apply filters based on tags, based on behavior, based on any piece of criteria. And so then you have this smart list that's dynamically updated based on what's happening there. I'll take this moment to just say an extra benefit to an all-in-one tool is that it's all in one. So if I wanted to have my CRM update a list of people who've spent more than 3 minutes on a particular landing page, you can do that with HighLevel, because your landing page, your funnel, is in HighLevel. The automation builder is in HighLevel, and the CRM is in HighLevel. So if I hop into a contact, they have this activity feed where everything that's going on as they're opening emails, reading texts, getting automations. This lead doesn't have any activities yet, but you see that all populated in the side here, which is super helpful and powerful from a marketing perspective, right? And so that's another one of the, I'd say, benefits of understanding HighLevel is it is an all-in-one. It's not 100% of all the things that it does, but I'd say it's at least 80%, which introduces a huge opportunity for cost savings there. You have pipeline management. So like an opportunities pipeline, you can see different stages of where your leads are at. You've got a huge, robust system for payments that includes invoicing, documents, You can see order status, it's there, subscriptions, payment links, one-off links. You can add in products, coupons. You can integrate with almost any payment provider out there. The big ones are obviously like a Stripe, but you also have PayPal, Authorize.net, NMI, Square, Manual. And then if you go to search for more, you see they literally have so many payment providers that are out of the box, ready to get connected. And they have a very robust API in case there's something you want to build custom. HighLevel's integration. They have been a very open ecosystem of building. So I'd say that's another benefit to them. Now, the drawback of an open, like a build-focused developer-friendly ecosystem is things can be buggy on first release. Commonly operate in this fashion of build fast, get the feedback loop, fix it fast. But that feedback loop can sometimes come at a cost of something breaking. Now, it's not so unstable that you can't run your business. Like I said, we've helped 5,000 people generate $100 million, and that's running recurring businesses on it. But if you're looking for something that's completely error-free, one, I actually don't think that exists in the internet, but I will say HighLevel probably leans more towards the rapid releases, rapid repairs. So quick to deploy. That means it will be there will be shortcomings in there, and but they're pretty darn fast at then fixing it, stabilizing, and moving on. So that's what has allowed them to create such a robust software in a short period of time. Is they're hyper responsive, just dedicated, focused developers, and I'll say this: they have paired well with marketers. They're a marketing focused tool, but I will not say HighLevel is the best at marketing. They're actually top world class at developing and creating, and they've just attracted an ecosystem of marketers. So that's why they grow largely based on affiliates. A note there, we are affiliates for HighLevel. If you are brand new, considering someone to partner and use, we've got a link down below that not only gives you a extended free trial. If you do choose to use us, we actually give you our core tier of HL Pro Tools absolutely for free. And that's a credit back to you on anything that we do inside of our HL Pro Tools ecosystem. So things like you're seeing here with a custom theme builder, if you want access to that for absolutely free, just use our link. They give us a little bit of a commission, a kickback there. It costs you absolutely nothing. In the marketing space here, we've got email, like a ton of stuff when it comes to supplemental, call it like brand focused marketing, like social posting, affiliate manager, brand boards, stuff like that. In the sites, this is super robust in terms of the funnel builder, which we previously talked about, websites. You see e-com stores, webinars, the analytics, is the analytics for all those things, the client portals, WordPress, forms, surveys, quizzes, an actual chat widget. This could be live chat. This could be WhatsApp chat. This could be, SMS chats direct on the website there. And so this is not intended, like I said, to be a complete rundown of all that HighLevel delivers, but to give you an overview and understanding of like some of the pros are, it has a ton of stuff. That's all I want to demonstrate is if you're imagining it probably exists because of the nature of their hyper responsive development cycle. If you get into the ecosystem and there's something that they don't have, and I would say, and it falls under the category of it is a marketing solution. It solves a marketing problem. They will probably deploy it and launch it in less than a week. And so being in that kind of ecosystem can be really exciting. It can also be a little bit destabilizing. So if you're the kind of person that wants a sleepy software that's not going to change a lot, HighLevel is not for you. However, if you like to be on the cutting edge, if you want to reduce costs here, or especially if you're a digital service provider and have the opportunity to not only deploy this for yourself, but also resell it to other businesses that you help, that's kind of an X factor there. And that's a lot of what we do and build solutions for on the HLPT side of things, is helping folks that are generally serving additional businesses, helping you grow and thrive, and then helping those businesses grow and thrive as well. And so, last considerations here is I will place this big bet. If you look at the trajectory of how HighLevel has been going, I would place the bet that in the next 5 years, they will be the largest CRM marketing automation tool in the marketplace. Some extra considerations there. They've had a really successful bootstrapped or cash flowed experience here. However, they have taken funding. They've taken 2 rounds of funding, the most recent one getting backed by the kind of large investors that you see of other disruptive software, such as Airbnb and so many others. And so in this position, I just can't see anyone else competing with HighLevel, not only because they have a robust marketing arm in the sense that they serve marketers. And so naturally, as marketers, we like to tell people about good things that are going on. So they have an incredible affiliate program that I could also speak about. And so the nature of that affiliate program continues to propel them into the future. They're super responsive to their customers. I've never been a part of a platform, and I've been with all of the other big platforms. I've never been part of a platform that is as responsive as HighLevel is to feature requests, and just committed to building world-class solutions. And so if, like I said, if you're still in discovery phase and maybe this helped you make that decision, or you just want to get the most amount of value in the decision process, link down below, you can get that extended trial. So you can try it out for HighLevel. And then if you do end up staying with HighLevel, we give you free access to our core plan, as well as a credit to anything else that you would want extra inside of our HLPT ecosystem. So giving you all of that for free just for using our link. If this was helpful or beneficial, and if you want, I actually have a full course going over all of just HighLevel's AI features, and I'll link to that here, and I'll see you on the next video.